But the other one that I wanted to get onto was the Colin Sexton rumor. Because there's Pacers and Pistons who are coming out of nowhere and are saying they're going to be offering him big money.
Yeah.
And if the Pistons get him, if the Pistons get him, hold on, the Lakers one could low-key be really interesting for the Cavs. I'll talk about that in a second. But if the Pistons get him right, you bring in a guy that would be your point guard because you'd have to play Cade at the 2. Then you would automatically say no Killian Hayes, right? He would have to play as your backup guy. You'd probably have to... I reckon that Killian Hayes would actually be a good player to bring on the Cavs, to be honest. But then the other one is you're also saying no to Jaden Ivey if you bring in Colin Sexton.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
I'm definitely asking for the 5th pick.
Yeah, you're asking for the 5th pick if you're the Cavaliers.
Yeah. Shit, I might even do that 1-for-1. I'm not even gonna fake it to you. I might even say if you give me that 5th pick,
so who
and maybe 2 second-round picks, I give you that. I give you that one.
Honestly, I would rather Killian Hayes than the 2 second-rounders. Because I feel like Killian Hayes would be a good defensive point guard who could maybe play make off the bench. Especially if Rubio goes overseas like they're saying he is. Killian Hayes would actually be a good backup guy. But if you're the Pistons though, are you really picking Colin Sexton over a Shaedon Sharpe? That's what you ask yourself. And I think you actually would definitely look at that because Shaedon Sharpe, it would take a long time for him to be better than Colin Sexton. The issue is Sexton will just be on a lot of cash.
Yeah. But it's like, like you said, for the Pistons perspective, how likely is it that you get a young player like Colin Sexton like this, especially before you hit the prime of Cade and the rest of the Detroit team? Because this could actually work really, really well with y'all.
That's true too.
That's actually that's an entertaining question because.
We would do that too if the Cavs because we're not too sold on Colin Sexton and we think he'd be better off at another team. And even if we had to throw in to get the deal done, if we had to throw in like a bunch of 2nd-round picks and Jetty Osmond just to sweeten it, I would do it. But then you ask yourself, who would the Cavs take at pick 5?
That's an even better question.
Would we take AJ Griffin? Would we take a flyer on him? I just don't know who we'd take that would be better than Colin Sexton.
Yeah, because now you're playing a real dangerous game. Because it's like if we were to get in that 5 spot, assuming those players are available, I think the players I think Shaedon Sharpe, Keegan Murray. Adrian Griffin Jr.
Keegan Murray would be so good on the Cavs if we were able to get him.
Those 3 names, I think those would be the only 3 names we would truly If those would be the 3 players we would be really. That would be the reason we make that move if you do that.
I don't think we'd get Shaedon Sharpe because there'd be no point of getting rid of Colin Sexton for Shaedon Sharpe. So who was your 3rd one? Sorry. So you had Keegan Murray, Shaedon Sharpe, and who?
And Adrian Griffin Jr.
Yeah, I feel like we could take it we might pick AJ a little higher. Even Dyson Daniels, man, like we've been so linked to him. Yeah. You wonder if we'd take a big flyer on Dyson Daniels because his perimeter defense would fit really well. His 3-point shooting, I think, could use some work, but it would be there. And his playmaking, he'd be another cool backup guard.
He just scares me from what I've seen. His frame scares me too.
Yeah.
Because even though I think he would work, like I said, I think he would work well with Tyrese Haliburton. Like, he scares me because he kind of reminds me of a player we already have on our team, named Oh my God, how did I just forget this? And you say you don't really.
This is AJ Griffin. You think he reminds you of? Is that?
No, Dyson Daniels.
Dyson Daniels. Sorry, yeah.
Oh my God,
bro, I fully just blanked out too, trying to think of what you were.
Who was our? Oh, and I compare him to Joe Harris so much too. Jesus Christ.
Who are you trying to?
The one he always gets hurt for us.
And
we've had him, and no, and we drafted him the same year we drafted.
Dylan Windler.
Dylan Windler.
Oh, I don't even blame you for getting that bum's name. He is hot trash, bro. I don't even care.
That's kind of what to me. That's what Dyson Daniels sometimes reminds me of from what I've seen, just because of his frail frame right now and just how he kind of attacks, a little bit. That's why I'm a little hesitant, but so I can see him.
You're saying though, if you were the Detroit Pistons and you had pick number 5, you would trade it for Colin Sexton, or would this be a lose-lose for both teams? Because I don't know if the Cavaliers win that trade if we give up Colin Sexton for pick 5. Because who are we going to get better than Colin Sexton?
That would be the gamble. But that means Pistons would have to attach something. But the only reason the Pistons would do it is if they're not high on Killian Hayes as well as that pick they about to draft themselves.
Yeah,
which is alarming.
Jaden Sharp.
Which would be alarming in itself too, because in theory, Killian Hayes and whoever they draft would be enough. And on a timeline perspective, that would be better off. That would be better off than Colin because they wouldn't have to pay him. They can get more assets. But so that could be a lose-lose. Could be a win-win. That's where it gets a little tricky.
I agree.
Through the wastelands, through the